what's up everybody? It's Dominic from the Prime Time Treasure eBay store doing a quick little video with you about something that's really important to keep in mind for taxes. Now, if you didn't do this year, this is something that you want to keep in mind for next tax season. And this has to do when the weather starts getting warmer and you start making cash purchases at garage sales. And what you want to make sure that you do is you want to actually have a receipt. Now, people ask this all the time, how should I account for my cash purchases at garage sales for tax purposes? Because they are tax deductible. It is a cost of doing business. You can deduct it, but you need to account for it somehow. Now, what a lot of people will do is they will go home and they will type out in some type of Excel spreadsheet or a Word document or maybe even in Quicken how much they spent for a particular item or a particular group of items and just kind of leave it at that. The problem with that is that if you are ever audited, the IRS has no way to prove that, and you have no way to prove to the IRS that you actually made that purchase. How do they know, for example, that you just didn't make something up, make some cost up and just say, hey, I bought 25 shirts for $25 and you just wrote that down and you made some type of fake deduction? So the way to avoid that, and keep in mind, I'm not an accountant, but I'm just giving you some advice based on experience, and of course you could feel free to talk to your accountant about this, but what I would tell you to do is to carry a little notepad with you. Okay, you could get a formal receipt pad if you want, but they can get a little pricey, and if you want to just cut totally all costs, just get a little notepad like this. You could pick them up practically for free sometimes at church sales, garage sales. Just carry it around with you, and all you have to do, let's say for example I bought this stack of comic books, okay? As you know, comic books is the main thing that we sell at the Primetime Treasure eBay store. Now, I typically will buy these in gigantic lots, but for the example of this particular situation, let's just say I bought 25 comic books. So all I would do is, have my little pad with me, have my pen with me, and I would just write on top of it, receipt. Just put the date. So let's say 1/20/18. That's today's date. Then I would just say items, 25 comics, just like that. And then I would say cost. And let's just make something up. Let's just say it was $10 for 25 comic books. Okay. So you got cost there. And now this is the most important part from an accounting and tax perspective, is you want to actually put a signature line here. Okay. And it's right down below. Just write signature and get the person who sold this to you to sign it. Okay, so that person might just, something like that, just some kind of quick signature. That is the biggest element that helps to prove that you actually made some type of purchase. Because if you're audited, you're going to have a whole bunch of different receipts with a whole bunch of different signatures on them, and that's going to be the best way in the situation that you're in with these garage sale or any type of cash purchase. Maybe you purchase something off Craigslist, for example. So I do this off Craigslist purchases when I buy lots of things. You just make out this quick little receipt, have the person sign it, and I've never had somebody who's had an objection to signing it, by the way. If you did, then okay, in that situation, you could just, document it yourself and make a little note, person refused to sign for it, okay? Now, if you want to, you could also write somewhere here, and you could do this afterwards, because at the garage sale, they might not want you writing down their address, but just for your own documentation, you might quickly write down what the address was, where you got it. And you could just do that afterwards after the person signs it. So that will then be information that you add into your either your accounting software, or you add it into your wherever you tabulate these costs throughout the year. You just take your receipt, put it down, just grab it later on, enter it in, enter in your costs, and then at the end of the month, end of the year, you just tabulate them all up. I would suggest to just stay organized. Once this is done, you take this and you just stick it in an envelope somewhere where you keep all your costs. So maybe have an envelope like I do, which says inventory. And then I just put this right in the inventory envelope and I put the year on it. And then at the end of the year, I seal it up and I just start the next year with a new envelope. And that's a nice, easy, organized, fail-safe way to keep good tabs on your cash purchases, which is making a receipt by yourself. So if you like this video, I need you to just stomp on that like button. Give me a big thumbs up. Please, very important, make sure you subscribe to this video and subscribe to this Primetime Treasure YouTube channel. Check out the Primetime Treasure eBay store in the link below. And I did just today start a new Facebook reseller resource center group. I will put the link to that down below too. I had our first subscriber today, looking for some more. So if you'd like to join that, love to have you on board. Just trying to develop a new resource center for people who are into reselling and thrifting, no matter what forum that you're on. It could be eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Craigslist, doesn't matter, Etsy, wherever you like. Just come by, stop by, and ask to join the group, and I will let you in if everything looks legit. With that, I'll see you at the next video, and please make sure you come back and check for more and check out some of our other ones. Thanks, everyone.